Fanny packs and summers don't go together. Let's be real, you don't want to walk in a room looking like this. That's why I wanted to switch to a sling form factor this summer. Enter the Aisle Crossbody from Mokobara. If you've been eyeing this bag, stick around while I break down everything about the bag. From 1 month of real world performance, pros and cons, and the final answer, is this bag for you? You're watching Carry District, your one stop destination for all things carry. I'm Vineet. Let's get started. The Aisle Crossbody is part of the Aisle series that also has trunk and backpack. Comes in 4 colorways: light blue, pink, green, and black. Brand offers a 30-day trial period and 12-month standard warranty. Here are some of its core specs. The first thing you notice is the design. Most of the slings follow a standard curve, but the Aisle has this quirky, smirking silhouette that stands out in a sea of boarding pouches. On the front, the Mokobara branding doubles as a modular stash pocket for tiny essentials like cables or emergency cash. It attaches via plastic snap buttons, which honestly feel a bit budget compared to rest of the bag. It's a clever idea, but the real world utility is a hit or a miss. More on that in the performance section. The middle section sits at just under 4 inches wide, giving you a 7-liter volume. Flip it over and the back is completely clean. The strap is thick with good width, sturdy, and uses all metal hardware for the adjusters. A nice premium touch. You also get a vegan leather patch with a loop for your sunglasses or a carabiner. As for materials, it's a mix of 90% nylon and 10% PU. It has a slightly crinkly texture, and while the zippers aren't YKK, they feel smooth. That PU coating should handle light rain. Inside, you're greeted by Mokobara's signature yellow lining. It's a thick matte texture polyester that makes finding dark gear at the bottom a breeze. The main compartment uses a dumbbell design with clever wall organization. On one side, there's a zippered pocket covering about 2/3 of the bag's height. It's surprisingly deep, swallowing my S22 Plus with room to spare, making it perfect for everything from loose mints to an A6 diary. Opposite that, you'll find a dedicated pen slot and 2 sleeve pockets. The rear sleeve is narrower. My S22 Plus fits perfectly. Though the bag's tapered design means a Pro Max or Galaxy Ultra might struggle with the main zipper clearance. The second pocket is an inverted triangle shape due to that outer curve. You lose a bit of corners, but it still easily handles passport size notebook or A6 size notebook. The center is heavy lifter. There's enough volume here for an A5 notebook, a compact tripod, or even a rolled up light jacket. For a sling that looks this sleek, the internal real estate is a genuine surprise. In terms of pure carry, the Aisle is a featherweight. It's light enough that even when I loaded it up, I never felt that one shoulder fatigue setting in. One thing I really appreciated is how malleable the material is. It's not a rigid shell, so you can easily flat pack it into a main suitcase or a larger backpack, making it a top-tier travel companion. The strap is often where brands cut corners, but not here. It's thick, sturdy, and handles a heavy load without problem. The sunglass loop is a game changer for summer, and I actually turned the strap into a utility hub by adding a carabiner. It's perfect for clipping on a TWS case or even a small pouch for quick access. I really wanted to love this little front pocket, but in practice, it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's fine for flat items like keys, loose bills, or slim EDC flashlight. I tried fitting in a tin of impact mints in there. It went in with a wiggle, but getting it out was a struggle. My Galaxy Buds are total no-go. The top flap design just doesn't play well with bulkier items. As it stands, it's a maybe for me, but it might fit your specific smalls better than mine. It took me a few days to dial in my setup. I initially tried the back internal pocket for my pouch, but coming from other crossbody bags, I really missed having a dedicated easy access phone slot. While my S22 Plus fit, sliding it back in while wearing the bag was always a bit of a fumble. I eventually swapped my phone out and moved my EDC pouch back into that slot, which felt more natural. That second pocket, it swallows a passport-sized diary easily, and I use the remaining corners for tiny items that usually get lost in the black hole of the main compartment. I steered clear of putting my phone here though. The shape makes it a waste of space, and I didn't want my camera lens flirting with my keys. This became my vault for items I rarely needed. I tried the phone in the zipper pocket move, but it just added too many steps to my workflow. Keep this for your passport, extra cables, or things you don't need to grab while on the move. It's got the height for a passport sized diary or even a full A5 notebook. However, because of that unique outer curve, I found it a bit tricky to use the space 100% efficiently. Everything naturally wants to slide toward the rear of the bag. It's perfect for a 250 300 ml water bottle or a flask. But for the tiny loose stuff, you will definitely be leaning on that yellow lining to help you fish them up. Ergonomically, there's only one way to wear this: curve side forward. It hugs the body naturally this way. If you flip it, the stash pocket and sunglass loop feel completely out of place. Maintenance is a breeze. In our cities where construction dust is basically a weather pattern, the material is a hero. A quick wipe with a damp cloth or a wet tissue, and it looks brand new. It's a very low maintenance bag for a very high dust environment. Despite the bag feeling robust, I noticed some stitching starting to give way near the stash pocket and in the main compartment during my testing. The finishing around the inside top also feels a bit underwhelming for the price. The capacity is spot on. You can carry all your daily essentials and then some more, without the bag feeling like a giant anchor. It's spacious enough for a demanding day out, but stays low profile enough that it doesn't get in your way. That sunglass loop is a good addition, especially when you pair it up with a carabiner for your TWS or extra pouches. And while the stash pocket is picky about what it eats, for slim essentials, it's a nice to have. Having those dedicated internal pockets keeps this from being a chaotic dumbbell bag. It actually lets you carry your gear with some level of efficiency. Because there are no true external quick access pockets on the back or sides, you have to unzip the main compartment for everything. A simple rear phone sleeve would have gone a long way here. At 1800 bucks, it feels a bit steep. If Mokobara could bring this closer to the 1500 sweet spot, it would be an absolute steal. This was the biggest disappointment. For a bag that feels so robust everywhere else, seeing a seam fail this early is a definite red flag. So what's the bottom line? The Mokobara Aisle Crossbody is for the person who wants a stylish, lightweight daily driver that punches way above its weight in storage. If you're tired of boxy slings and want something with personality that fits a surprisingly heavy load, and you can find it for $1,500 or less, it's a solid pick. However, you should probably skip this if you're a user who hates unzipping a main compartment just to check a notification. You might also want to pass if you're a value-first shopper. At 1800, the minor stitching issues and lack of external access make it a tough sell unless you find it on sale. Lastly, if you prefer a classic, symmetrical look, that smirking silhouette might just be a bit too unconventional for your taste. Ultimately, it's a sleek, easy to clean companion that wins on organization, even if it trips up slightly on build quality. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to Carry District for more reviews on gear that move with you. I'm Vineet, and until next time, carry smart.